What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to SideLine Sports Weekly Pick'ems, bringing you Week 11 Pick'ems. A special episode. I'm actually joined in person by two of my co-hosts. I'm joined by Ahmed. What's going on, Ahmed?
How are you guys?
Pretty good, man. No complaints. Kuzi, how you doing? How you enjoying the vacation, buddy?
I'm loving it.
Yeah?
Relaxing, good time.
Man, don't know where we are, but we also are joined by our other co-host, Cows. Cows, what's going on, man? Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys, as always. I'm a little jealous you guys are in Tennessee right now, but, I'm hanging in there in Chicago.
I mean, hey, man, next time for sure. Definitely got to make this a full team effort next time. And there definitely will be a next time.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, let's get right into it, guys. First game of the week, Philadelphia Eagles at the Cleveland Browns. Kuz, let me get your pick. Who you got for this game?
I'm going with the Browns. The Eagles are trash. That's it.
Plain and simple. Kuz, a man of few words, but when he does speak, what a.
There's your Kuz's hot take of the week right there.
Oh, my God. Cows, let me get your pick for the week. Who you got, Eagles or Browns?
Man, honestly, it's just two teams that's just like, wow. You could literally do a coin toss. If I had to pick one, gun to my head, I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Ahmed, who are you taking in this game?
I'm actually going to go with the Browns in this one as well. I think the Eagles are just I don't believe in them.
They're trash, you
Yeah, they're trash.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm going to be the contrarian here. I'm actually going to go the Eagles. I am not a believer in this Cleveland Browns team. I think the Eagles are going to pull it out this week. Next game on the schedule, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Kuz, what's your pick for this game?
I'm actually going to go with the Saints on this one, even though Drew Brees is out. I still think that, James Winston is a serviceable quarterback, and Sean Payton's system is very good quarterback. So, Saints on me.
All right, Kuz, thank you for talking that time. Ahmed, who are you taking in this game?
This is a game, so I'm kind of confused on it because Taysom Hill's going to be the starter. So it is going to be a little weird for us to see that. I know James is going to play the whole game, but technically Taysom Hill is a starter right now. So as him being the starter, it is kind of a toss-up. But if Jameis is behind center, I'm going to go with the Saints in it.
All right, Cows, who you got in this one?
I think that no Drew Brees, no problem. Saints take it because Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0 last year as a starter when Brees was out. I know he's a decent, serviceable quarterback, but Sean Payton is an offensive genius, and they will make this happen. And Atlanta's defense is not all that, so I got Saints in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Falcons just can't seem to pull out a W this year. It feels like every time they're in a game, they just find a way to shoot themselves in the foot. And I really don't think Drew Brees missing on this team is going to make that big of a impact. Although I thought it was funny they were looking at Trevor Siemian, kind of disrespectful to Jameis, but I think they still get the dub. Yeah. Next game on the schedule is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals at the Washington football team, who are considering permanently changing their names to the Washington football team. I'm going to go with you first here, Cal. Who are you taking in this one?
I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow on this one, man. I think their rookie's just gonna sling it. He's not bad. Their record yet is not good, but I mean, dude's gonna be a stud in a couple of years. Washington, Alex Smith, man. It's a great, remarkable story how he came back and all that. But I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow and the Bengals in this one.
Absolutely, I respect that. Ahmed, who are you taking in this one?
I'm going in the number one overall pick. Even though I love Alex Smith, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks, but I think Joe Burrow and T. Higgins have developed that 1-2 punch between the quarterback and wide receiver. So look for them to dominate again this week.
Absolutely. Kuz, I know how you felt about this potential permanent name change. That's why I wanted to save you for last on this one. Give me your pick and tell me what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not the brightest organization in the book. They couldn't come up with any other name besides the Washington football team. But that being said, I'm actually going to shock the world with this pick, and I think Alex Smith looked good in his first game back in so many years. And I'm going to go with the football team from Washington in this one.
I'm actually going to roll with Cows on this one. I really like Joe Burrows. I think that he is a stud. I think that finding that franchise quarterback is the first step, and then you work on surrounding him with talent. So I think the future is bright in Cincinnati. But
look, before we go, that Joe Burrow, T. Higgins combo kind of reminds me of like that Carson Palmer, Chad Ochocinco back in the day, right?
Let's not get carried away.
I mean, not as
dominant. I'm saying not as dominant. Of course, for sure.
Reminiscent, absolutely.
I can see the potential. I can see a potential, though.
For sure, absolutely. I mean, yeah, that could be a lethal combo for years to come. That's why I think the future is bright in Cincinnati, and I do predict them to get the W this week.
Absolutely.
All right, next game on the schedule, we got the 4-5 Detroit Lions at the Carolina Panthers. Kuz, who you got in this one?
Before we have my pick, is Teddy Bridgewater playing?
As of right now, he's still questionable. He's day-to-day, so as of now, he's out, but by Sunday he could
All
be
right, so
playing.
I'm gonna kind of have an open ended right here. I think if Teddy Bridgewater plays, I'm going with the Panthers. If he doesn't, I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Who's giving you options out here? Ahmed, who are you taking in this one?
All right, so I actually told you this morning when we were going over these games, this is the battle of the kitties.
Mhm.
This is not the battle of the Lions or Big Cats, right? So in this game, it is kind of a toss-up. I kind of agree with Kuz. If Teddy Bridgewater plays,
pussies. Let's just be real.
yeah, he's always throwing. That's why we love you. If Teddy Bridgewater does play, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. But if not, I think the Lions' offense is going to be able to outshoot the Panthers offense. So, yeah, same idea.
Killer Cows, let me get your pick on this one, Playboy.
I'm gonna kind of go with you guys, but I got a little twist. If Bridgewater does play and he's like kind of like limited, or they're gonna tell him like don't go all out, I'm gonna go with the Lions on this one. But if Bridgewater is 100% ready to rock and roll, no CMC, I don't think that's a problem. I'm gonna go with the Panthers though.
Absolutely. I'm going to be the contrarian once again. I think it doesn't matter whether Teddy Bridgewater plays this week. Detroit is actually rolling out dubs. This is a very surprising year for them. Matt Patricia's playing for his job. I think there's a sense of eagerness of winning the games that you need to win. I think this is one of those games as a Detroit football team you need to win if you want to keep your job as Matt Patricia. So I'm rolling with the Lions.
You also have to keep in mind, though, a lot of key pieces on both teams are out. So this game could go either way.
Hold on, I got something to say.
What's up?
I don't think Patricia's fighting for his job.
You really?
Lions ain't seen this many wins in a season. God knows how long.
I mean, they just went 5-11 2 years ago.
But Lions were also like delusional and talking about a wild card berth.
Yeah.
So if you have those type of expectations and your team, let's say, finishes 4-12, I think that there is a little bit of a discussion.
Especially with the expanded playoff spots too. So
Yeah.
Exactly. So in a COVID year when any team really could make that last spot. So, but I digress. Moving on. Next game on the schedule, we got the 9-0 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Can we just skip this one, save time?
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Let's just skip this one, save some time, man. Come on.
I mean, hey,
ain't nothing. Please.
You never know where it's going with this. I'm gonna go with you first. Pick on this one.
All right, so I think the obvious choice is the Steelers. Right? I don't think anybody's gonna vote against it, but for a shocker, I'm gonna just vote the Jags. Right? If they somehow
keep it spicy,
come out and beat them. Okay, one, they're gonna shock the whole NFL because they beat the undefeated team. And two, because they are so fucking bad, I think if they beat the Steelers, I think it just shows a testament to how strong mentally they are, even though they are fucking 1-8.
Respect. All right, Cows, let me get your pick for this game.
If the Jaguars win, I think they should just get Trevor Lawrence automatically because that's a Super Bowl win for them. But I mean, so like, look at, of course, the Steelers is my choice, but a couple of weeks ago when the Steelers played the Cowboys, no Zeke, they had the backup quarterback. That was a lot closer than a lot of people thought. It was going to be like a 40-0 shutout. I'm not saying it's going to happen again, but like I think if the Steelers will win, if the Jaguars win, though, I think it'll completely expose the Steelers. It won't be it was just a bad game. I think it'll be exposing the Steelers because the Cowboys were actually very close with them, and that's the Jaguars win. But I mean, I got the Steelers in this one.
On their fourth-string quarterback, let's not forget.
Well, Kuz, thank you for that comment. Why don't you just roll that right into your pick? Who you got for this game?
I'm actually going to shock the world this one. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars on this one. They got that quarterback, Josh Futar, whatever his name is.
Lutton?
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's close enough.
Yeah, you get it.
My guy.
But, going back to that game against the Cowboys, I think the Steelers are pretenders, honestly. I think they're way overhyped.
Yes.
They really ain't played nobody worth the shit, except for like maybe the Titans and the Ravens.
Yeah, maybe if the Jaguars sound like Derek Jeter, it's like a one-game contract, they probably win. But other than that, I don't see it.
If the Cubs didn't sell their soul for a World Series title in 106 years, you guys, we're not going to go into that. But I will tell you this: I 1,000% agree with Kuz. I do think the Pittsburgh Steelers are 1,000% imposters.
Really?
I think their defense
I agree.
is carrying them. I think that their offense can be severely underwhelming at times. And furthermore, I think this is a trap game. I think that this is a game that you overlook the Jaguars. You go into it saying, what the fuck have they done? Will Futon at quarterback over here. We don't got to do shit. We're going to beat him. And that's where you get fucking slapped in the mouth by a Jacksonville Jaguars team that is much hungrier than you are. I'm taking the Jags.
Okay, so bold prediction for this game only. Bold prediction. What are you calling? One stat. One bold prediction to get.
Futon throws for 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Futon throws for 300 yards and rushes in a touchdown.
Oh, that's a nice one. Kals, how about you?
Bold prediction, both teams?
Just
Either
one.
one.
It doesn't matter. Just pick one.
I'm gonna say Big Ben on a struggle bus this week. I'm gonna go Big Ben, less than 300 yards, 2 picks.
Nice. All right. So my bold prediction is the running back out of Jacksonville, James Robinson, because I have him in fantasy. He's gonna get 3 touchdowns.
This is like a
Exactly, and he's gonna rush for 100 yards.
That's why you asked about this game.
Yup.
Okay.
Fucking book it. Take it to the bank, guys. Next game.
Yards, 3 touchdowns.
You heard it here first. Ahmed Abid called it. Let's go, guys. All right, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Baltimore Ravens. Kaz, I'm gonna start with you. Who you got with this one?
I'm glad you started with me because this is my favorite matchup of the week. Obviously, a rematch of the divisional playoff from last year. Lamar MVP season. I don't think he got locked down, but at the same time, the Ravens don't look like the Ravens. This year, Lamar does not look like Lamar at all. I think even that defense, it's good, but I don't know. I think Derrick Henry and company, they'll come out with this dub on this one.
Absolutely. Kuzi, who you taking on this one?
I'm actually going with the Titans on this one. Both teams are struggling right now, but I think defenses, like NFL defenses, have finally figured out Lamar. So either he needs to adjust or he's just not going to make it in this league. That being said, I'm going with the Titans still.
Ahmed?
I actually agree with both of you guys. I think the Titans' offensive rush game is going to expose the Baltimore Ravens defense. Even though the Ravens defense is always top 5 for the last 3 years, but I think Derrick Henry is going to be able to expose them really badly, and then Ryan Tannehill is going to be able to abuse them late because they're going to be able to stop Lamar Jackson. Like Kuz said, the whole NFL figured out Lamar Jackson's offense.
They did it in the playoffs.
I think the Ravens
playoffs.
I think the Ravens defense is going to eat up Tannehill tomorrow. I think that it's going to be mainly, like a
couple. But in order to do that, they have to stop Derrick Henry. If they don't stop Derrick Henry, then that point is
because then Ryan Tannehill becomes the MVP of every game because of Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry has 150 yards by half, Ryan Tannehill is going to throw for 300 yards. Every time they've done it.
A typical Tannehill game, 200 yards, 4 touchdowns somehow, somewhere.
Yeah, honestly, I think we're all on the Tennessee Titans this week. The Ravens offense just sucks. They're trash. I think last year they came out with a really great system, that 3 tight end set coming out in that power offense. They had Mark Ingram actually running and contributing on that team. Lamar was playing MVP ball, and like Cal said, he's just not playing that this year. I will say, though, the winner of this game, I think that this propels their season into a different direction. Both of these teams have been sluggish as of late, but I think this late in the season, this is kind of like the kick in the ass. You need to kind of get you going. Next game on the schedule, we got the New England Patriots at the at the Houston Texans. Ahmed, who you got in this one?
I'm actually torn on this one. I really want to go with Deshaun Watson, but I think the Patriots winning last week kind of was a bounce back game for them. I'm not going to say they're going to go plus 500 for the rest of the season. They might even end at 7-9 if that, but I just think the Texans offense is just lackadaisical. They're nowhere near to be found. So for that reason, I'm with the Patriots. Yeah, I know. You like it? I'm on vacation. I'm using big words.
I see it, man. I love it.
That's what it takes. We need to go on vacation more often. Kuz, who are you taking in this one?
I'm gonna have to go with the Texans on this one, just because they just look like a much better offensive team now that Bill O'Brien is gone. They're in a dome, and I just think they're the better team. They might not be the better coach team, but they're the better team put together on paper.
Hey, Cows, I'm gonna let you get to your pick in a second. Are we looking at the same record? You're talking about the 2-7 Texans as the better team over the 4-5 Bill Belichick coach.
They beat the Jets.
Is this a little bit of division kind of angst that you're throwing?
Bro, they scored 7 points. They scored 7 points against the Browns last week. Bro, time out. They scored 7 points against the Browns last week. So don't tell me they look like a better team. You scored 7 points against the Browns. Okay,
hey, whatever. Better team. They're gonna get the dub. All right.
They're not gonna get
God. Cal, let me get you.
Yeah. Okay. Kuz, whatever you're on, bro, bring some of that back to Chicago, please. I think that the Patriots record is actually worse than it should be. They had a couple very close games that they should have won. The one against the Bills and a couple other ones early on. Belichick is obviously the better coach here. I think Texans may have better talent, but I think at this point both teams are struggling. But it's going to be about battle of the coaches. I'm going Belichick.
You said they have better talent, so on paper they're the better team, right?
I said they have better talent, but
on paper,
yeah, on paper.
But on paper,
I said player-wise they're the better team, but
yeah, but both teams are just not I don't know.
They have the better quarterback, that's for sure.
Who does?
Texans.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, he's still 2-7, man. I don't care how many weapons you don't have. I'm gonna go with Belichick and I was about to say Belichick and Brady on this one. Belichick and the Patriots on this one.
Yeah, I'm actually going to roll with the Patriots on this one too. And I'm actually going to go a little bit further. I think that this is the type of year that kind of Bill Belichick looks for. Starting off sluggish, everybody wants to talk about the Patriots, talk trash. He was on the radio, a radio show the other day, telling them this is the position we put ourselves in. We sold out to get fucking rings just so that way we could suck this bad at some point eventually in the future. And even at that point, you're not far out of a wild card spot potentially if you rattle off a couple of wins here. And I think that they will. I think somehow this Patriots team finds a way into the playoffs. Just a Bill Belichick team late in the season is going to find a way to put it together.
Real quick before we move on, this is kind of directed towards Ahmed. Isn't it bad that Belichick is saying, "Oh yeah, we suck so bad right now"? The Bears are only one game up, 5-5, and the Patriots.
Please. They're on a bye. We're on vacation with the Bears.
No self-shaming this week. It's okay for none of us. All right, we got the 6-3 Miami Dolphins at the Denver Broncos. Ahmed, we got in this one.
I'm going with the Dolphins all the way. Their offense just looks like they're clicking on all cylinders. Their defense is playing very well. The Broncos are just. I know they've been playing better than before, like in the beginning of the season, because they finally have Drew Lock back. But the Dolphins are just clicking, man. I think they're the team that's going to be the team to beat in the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to be the 1 seed or anything. I think they're the most exciting team to make the playoffs.
Absolutely. Kaz, let me get your pick on this one. Who you got, Dolphins or Broncos?
Miami. Miami's finally getting some love, man, which is awesome to see. As a Cubs fan, we know how it is. The defense, special teams, all that. Tua's not putting up crazy numbers, but he's managing the game perfectly for what Miami needs, and I'm going Miami on this one.
For sure. Kuz, Alabama product, Tua. How you feeling about this?
I mean, Dolphins fans are finally experiencing and witnessing what I already knew about Tua, and I was pretty upset he went there. But at the end of the day, like Amber said, the Dolphins are just clicking on all cylinders. I'm talking offensive, defensive, and special teams. Drew Lock is trash. The Broncos in general are trash right now. They all these receivers that they can't throw to. So I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Tua's gonna ball.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one, too. Broncos been hit with the injury bug all year, and I think that Tua is, like who said, showing up to be exactly the player they thought he was going to be. And this is great, honestly. A competitive Miami Dolphins team is kind of fun to watch. It reminds you of like a time in football where things could be unpredictable. It's not just the same similar faces you're seeing every year get to the playoffs. So hopefully they can keep it up. I'm taking Miami this week. Next game on the schedule, we got New York Jets at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Can I start?
And it's a 3:05 game. Like, come on,
man.
Okay,
hold on. I just want you guys to know that I'm in such a pickle in fantasy right now because I don't know whether I should start Justin Herbert versus the Jets or Pat Mahomes versus the Raiders.
No, you start Justin Herbert against your shitty ass team. I'm gonna start it off right now.
The Raiders don't have a defense right now. They're on the Colts.
Okay, but the Jets is the worst defense and worst team.
Okay, let me
start off with this game. First off, I don't think the Chargers are gonna blow them out. I'll say that. I'll give you that. I don't think they're gonna blow them out, but I think Justin Herbert. This is the first game where everything's gonna click offensively and defensively for him. They're gonna play a complete game and they're not gonna give it away. I think this is the one game where Justin Herbert's going to show, even though he's, I think, in my opinion, the best rookie of this draft so far, I think this is the point where he solidifies that extra step to show the difference between everyone else. Of course, we've already talked about Joe Burrow, but I think Herbert just set up in a better situation, right? The Jets are just lost. Let's be real.
We're not lost. They know what they're doing.
Don't worry.
That's very true, actually. You're right.
Don't you worry, Playboy. We're gonna say the best for last. Cows, let me get your pick on this one. You taking the Chargers?
I'm going with the Chargers on this one. I mean, I don't think I got to explain anything. I actually read a funny stat. I don't want to hold you guys up too long. I actually read a stat which is mind-blowing. The Steelers and the Chargers are like the only teams, I forgot how many games it was, where games were decided by 7 points. So the Steelers are 9-0, and then the Chargers are 2-7, which shows you how crazy the game is. It's and you see the Chargers games, how they lose. Like, it's crazy. It's like just such
they could very well be 7-2.
They can. It's such like unlucky moments and all that, but this game, I think Herbert's going to throw 1,000 yards and like 10 touchdowns. So,
all right, let's not get started like that.
All right, let me get your pick. That's hard to do with Madden. Let me get your pick on this one, Kuz.
I'm actually going with the Chargers on this one. I think Justin Herbert mops the field.
Vacation got to him.
I think the Chargers mop the field with us. We got old man Joe back there. This team does not want to win. If they wanted to win, they'd be starting Sam, but he still got a shoulder injury. Yeah.
Who's this guy?
It's honestly embarrassing as a fan, like what this team is doing out there. Like, you cannot tell me that we are this bad. Like up 7 against the Patriots, 7 minutes left. Let's throw a 60-yard pass against.
I told you that was.
You're not trying to win. You want to lose, and that's embarrassing. Honestly.
That play was called Tank for Trevor play. I'm telling you, that's what
they called in the huddle. I thought I was gonna have to give this pick looking at Ahmed because like I didn't want to look at you and have to say what I had to say. If you already said it, it's nothing for me to hide. I'm taking the Chargers in this one. I disagree with Ahmed. I don't think Justin Herbert is the better
so far.
I will agree with you that he is in a better situation. Yes. I think Joe Burrow's a fucking dog. I think that in the right situation with the right talent, with an O-line invested in to surround him and protect him, he's going to be the real fucking deal. And he's tough as shit. Yeah. Motherfucker got popped like second or third week in the league, like destroyed, eviscerated, and got right back up. Like that's the shit I want to see from my quarterback. But I do think Justin Herbert is, in fact, the real deal. He's probably going to be like that next generation of quarterbacks, like right under like that Kyler era. It's going to be exactly him.
But there's actually. I'm going to tell you right now, a healthy Tua is the best quarterback in this draft. It's not even close.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this: since we've gone through all 3 quarterbacks right after each other, out of all 3 of them, if they stay in the exact same organization that they're in right now, say they build, all 3 teams are building at the same exact rate as they are right now. Who has the best career out of all 3 of them?
Tua.
If the Dolphins are somehow maintain whatever they're doing, the talent acquisition and using it, it's going to be Tua. But that's
big key.
That's also asking the Dolphins to do something they've never done, which is be competitive for multiple years.
I say Joe Burrow on this one. Dude just looks like a stud. He just got this swagger. It's just.
I think pound for pound overall, but I mean. That's fine with me. That's no problem. If you could ball, you could ball. I only need 10 good years out of you anyways. I think Joe Burrow, pound for pound, best quarterback of that draft. 100%.
I agree.
I think his play at LSU speaks for itself. What he was able to accomplish, the teams that he was able to beat on his way to a national championship, that speaks volumes to the player that he is. And the fact that he actually wants to fucking win in Cincinnati, I think because of that fact alone,
I love him, man.
You have to respect him.
By the way, whoever the head coach is right now in Cincinnati is going to keep their job.
Zach whatever.
He's going to keep his job because of Joe Burrow. He's going to keep them competitive.
I'm a Burrow fan.
He was an intern. Wasn't he?
No, he got hired. They hired
really?
him. Yeah.
Well, either way, man, he's going to ride it out with Joe Burrow the rest of his career.
I love Joe Burrow, man. I think he's going to be a complete stud, man. I love him. I'm on the Burrow bus.
My man, Crush Monday. All right, we're going to move on. All right, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Indianapolis Colts. Kaz, I'm going to start off with you. Who you got in this one?
Man, I think that oh, God, this is a tough one. I'm going to go Green Bay on this one, but I don't think it's going to be like a crazy blowout. I think that Indianapolis is going to contain him. I think it's going to be like one of those late Rodgers fourth quarter drives that just like kind of takes him over the top. That, field goal to put him up 10 or that late game touchdown. But I don't think Rivers has it in him anymore. And I'm going to go with Rodgers in this one.
All right, respect. Kuz, who you got on this one?
I'm actually going to go with the Colts on this one. The Colts defense is looking like pretty solid this year. And Packers almost lost to the Jaguars. That's embarrassing.
They're getting exposed.
Like the Packers as a whole, they're not like a fluke, but their defense are most definitely pretenders.
I mean,
yeah, I think
defense is.
I approve that statement.
Hot garbage.
Yeah, absolutely. Ahmed, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Kuz on this. I mean, the Green Packers could possibly. I don't think Packers.
It's not gonna be a blowout.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout either way because that Colts defense is real, right? I think they'll be able to somewhat contain Devontae Adams as much as they can. And then we've seen it time and time again for the last couple of years. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have anybody else to throw the ball to. So besides MVS, I mean, he's very inconsistent. I think this is the one game, again, same idea as what Kuz said about them almost losing to the Jags. I think this is the game where the Colts offense looks like Phillip Rivers back in the day. I'm not saying he's going to throw for 300 yards, but I think this is the game where he's going to be able to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. If that's what's going to change the game. As long as you can overlap the time of possession, I think the Colts could win
against that defense. Uncle Rico could go.
I like that take. I like a lot.
Yeah, honestly, everybody brought up really good points. I'm gonna take the Packers in this one. I really like how Aaron Rodgers is playing this year at MVP caliber, in my personal opinion. But I do think that this is going to be strictly a game of Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers offense against that Colts defense, I don't anticipate anything for Philip Rivers, honestly. I think that he is slowly approaching that Ryan Tannehill game manager status, and I'm predicting less than 250 yards from him per year.
So who's a better quarterback, Ryan Tannehill or Philip Rivers right now?
Right now. Ah, man. I mean,
I think I got to say Tannehill only because he's in a better situation offensively.
And he's gotten teams to the playoff.
And
I mean, not
Derrick
gotten them
Henry
there,
too.
But managed to get them there.
Yeah, and he's got Derrick Henry as well to like kind of take off a lot of that pace off of him. I don't think that Philip Rivers has that big boy back. You know what I mean?
He doesn't. He doesn't. Not anymore.
So
Absolutely.
Derrick Henry kind of makes Tannehill look a lot better than he is. Not taking anything against him.
No, you're 100% correct.
No, you're absolutely right. But I also think that the Indianapolis Colts defense makes Philip Rivers look a lot better.
I always say, if you can contain Derrick Henry, you take away the Titans' offensive dynamic.
Of course.
Because then you force the game into Tannehill's hands, and then you get Miami Ryan Tannehill. That's what happens.
Also, I think that when you have a defense that's really good at creating turnovers and kind of getting 4 and outs, and you have a short field to work with, it's kind of hard to not be successful to at least get 3 on every drive. I think that's what this defense does for this Colts team. I don't have any faith in Philip Rivers. I'm actually going to take the Packers. Next game on the schedule, we got the Dallas Cowgirls at the Minnesota Vikings.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Fuck them, bitches. We up in the division. All right, Cal, let me get your pick.
I'm going to go Minnesota on this one. I just think for obvious reasons. No Dak. I didn't even know Zeke is playing. Cowboys suck right now. Minnesota's not even better, even though they just beat the shit out of the Bears. I beat the shit out of the Bears, but I'm going to say they beat the shit out of the Bears because I'm pissed off about it. Yeah, the game looked a lot closer than it should have been. I'm going Minnesota on this one.
Got you. I don't know. Who you taking this
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us can agree the Cowboys are in shambles without fucking Dak, right? Again, I'm using big words on vacation.
Yeah, I see that.
Like I'm working, Anyway, but yeah, the Vikings, I think, are just finally putting everything together. I think, again, even like we saw last week, the Bears were able to somewhat contain Dalvin Cook, but Kirk Cousins hit the throws that he needed to hit, right? And against that terrible Cowboys defense and their fucking terrible offense, the Vikings are going to look like fucking Super Bowl contenders. So good job. You made the Cowboys make every other team look like Super Bowl contenders.
Honestly, this is the shit that dreams are made of. Kuz, let me get your pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings here.
Yes.
The Cowboys are, Andy Dalton does not move the meter for me, whether he's playing or not.
Doesn't do it for you? Don't like gingers?
Red Rocket, baby.
I don't, Andy Dalton's not, he's average on his best day.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
Andy Dalton's fucking trash. Stop it, dude.
And on top of all of that, the Minnesota Vikings have Dalvin Cook. And they're coming fresh off.
And I'm facing him up in
first Monday Night Football win against the Bears.
Yeah. And also Justin Jefferson, man, is developing.
Leading receiver.
Yes, he is fucking killing the game right now. And Kirk Cousins and him. I know Adam Thielen's still his number one guy, but man, Justin Jefferson is looking like, dare I say it, but like Stephon Diggs back in the day.
Man, you know what? And you say it, brother, because I was going to say it too, man. He gives me that resemblance, man. That number 2 with Thielen, just that speedy, quick guy that just, you know what I mean, get that big play potential every single time the ball snapped. I like him a lot. And I'm facing Dalvin Cook this week in fantasy, so I'm ready for that 40-50 spot to go up against me.
Man, here's hoping for it, Cows. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings on this one because obviously fuck the Cowboys, obviously. But no, yes, it's terrible what happened to Dak, blah, 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 all that stuff, whatever. The Minnesota Vikings do have Dalvin Cook. They have a very powerful offense. Kirk Cousins actually looks competent at quarterback, which is kind of scary if he actually figures it out for that team with Adam Thielen, with Jefferson, with Dalvin Cook. My only fear is every time we get really excited about a player, he ends up getting injured. And I don't want that to happen to Dalvin Cook because he's been coming back from injury and he's been balling. And what he's doing as far as we lost so many running backs, we lost so many superstar players this year. I just don't want them to get comfortable with just loading him up 30, 40 carries a game, just always trying to get 200 yards. Manage it. Prolong his career, like do right by the player. Don't put too many miles on him. But for this game specifically, I think it's gonna be a fucking walk in the park. I'm gonna take.
Did you say when you said we lost a lot of players? Did you mean we, the Giants, or the NFL?
No,
everybody. I'm pretty sure some of your guys got hurt too at some point.
No, I was gonna say, I thought you meant the Giants. Like we lost a lot of superstar players on, like besides.
Nah. Hey, I'm second in my division. I don't know, bro. I can't.
Hey, man.
You can't talk to me.
That's
soon to be first. Absolutely. Next game on the schedule. This is actually my favorite game of the week. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. I heard you talking shit last week. I got that. Yeah. I heard you
he
talking
finally
shit.
said Las Vegas.
I said Las Vegas
instead
Raiders.
of Oakland.
Cows. I'm starting with you because you're the only one that respects me. Give me your pick.
This is Mahomes' revenge game. Obviously lost a couple weeks ago, and he gave up that pick 6 at the end. Mahomes' revenge game. Mahomes going to come out firing. I'm going to go 4 or 5 TDs for Mahomes, like 350, 400 yards. And the whole defense is on COVID. I don't know if you guys saw the Raiders. Like literally had to do, but with or without full defense or not, that last game they lost shouldn't have happened. I think that Mahomes going to come out, just showing the world why he's Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely. Who you got on this one?
I say this every week, and I will continue to say it. The Raiders are pretenders. They are only 6-3 because of their schedule. They only beat the Chiefs that one night because the Chiefs beat themselves. It wasn't that the Raiders beat them.
They put up 40 points. They outplayed them.
I understand that, but the Chiefs
And
shouldn't
a pick
have
6 on
lost. Their
Mahomes.
defense is a lot better than what they had that night.
Hey, Mahomes had a chance that game, and he threw a pick 6 in that. So give the Raiders some credit. I'm not saying the Raiders are, oh my God, but
They got
listen, I don't give a fuck. I hate the Raiders. They suck. To
I
me,
love John Gruden, man. I love Chucky, baby.
I hate him.
I respect that. Let me get your pick.
Before pre-COVID list, I was probably gonna pick the Raiders on this one, but Raiders defense is gone missing due to COVID, so I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one.
Absolutely. I disagree with Ahmed wholeheartedly. I think the Raiders are a legitimate threat in the AFC. You can go back to week 1. I literally said I predict Josh Jacobs to have a big year this year, and that motherfucker is balling. I fuck with him. Alabama product. Shout out to Kuz. He didn't go there, but he fucks with Alabama. However, this week in particular, hammer the over. Patrick Mahomes, 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, calling it, shitting on him.
Okay.
Let's go.
So
repeat that stat line one more time.
That bold ass prediction, then say they're not pretenders.
Bro, how many people do they have on the fucking COVID list?
Well, you're right, but still, man.
Yeah.
Their entire defense is on the COVID.
Not even exaggerating.
Yeah,
Like,
and
literally, not even exaggerating.
I saw something earlier. They were talking about like finding them completely.
Yeah, because they keep violating
Yeah.
that shit. It's like,
That's such a Raiders thing, man. That's such a Raiders thing, honestly. It really is.
it really is. John Gruden don't give no fucks.
Don't
Hey,
give a
dude,
shit,
this
dude.
could affect their playoff spot too.
I mean, it definitely could, but I'm sure the owner's gonna cut that check for them. I'm gonna take the Chiefs in this one, hammer the fucking over. Whatever the spread is, take that shit.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes out for blood. He's gonna fucking rip Derek Carr's head off by the time the game's over. All right, guys, the Monday night game, the last game on the schedule, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who's taking this one?
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers on this one. The Buccaneers look like a legitimate threat outside. As long as they don't play the Saints, they can probably beat anybody. The Rams, I think they're down to how good they look in the regular game. They are not as good as people think they are. Their defense, nice. Overall team, they're not that good. So I'm gonna go with the Bucs on this one. Tom Brady's gonna have a hell of a game like he did last week.
Respect. Cows. Who you got on this one?
Before I make my pick, I think loser of this game gets exposed and is the imposter, in my opinion. But I'm gonna go
Such
with
a good reference.
Yeah, really.
I'm gonna go with Brady at home. I just think Jared Goff, man. I don't know why these past I was never a hype fan of Jared Goff. Even the Super Bowl, he didn't do shit. He is. I really think he is, man. But I mean, the Broncos, Buccaneers. If they get that offense rolling with those fucking wide receivers, holy shit, dude.
The amount of talent
Crazy.
the Rams has surrounded Jared Goff with, and he's
Yeah.
still this subpar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They need a new quarterback.
Absolutely. I mean, I think if you take away all that talent, Jared Goff is a Mitch Trubisky, in my opinion. I really do. Hey, call me crazy.
That might even be a compliment.
I think
some
he's
would say.
worse than Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you've watched some Bears fans.
Maybe he might still have a very nice deep ball, but that's literally all
That's
he
yeah.
got.
Me and you said that last week
The
too.
best part of his game is his deep ball.
Yeah.
Everything else,
He's got an arm.
couldn't-
It's just-
he sucks.
Can't do shit with it. Adam, who you got on this one?
Yeah, I agree with both of them. I think the loser, Cal said it perfectly. The loser of this team will be the laughing stock of their division. I would say I've never been a fan of the Rams. I'll never support them, and it's not the Rams organization. It's just that whole system. I feel like it's all way too good to be true, right?
You gotta admit that Sean McVay is a badass coach.
Yeah, no.
Incredible
I
coach.
love
I
Sean
love
McVay.
him.
Incredible
I love him.
schemer, offense,
Yes, I
everything.
agree.
Fucking great.
1,000.
He's great.
But I think the amount of talent that Tom Brady's playing with right now, and their defense playing as well as they are, I think this is the one game where they're going to be able to kind of stretch and kind of get over that little hump that they've been having, where whenever they do lose a game, it's like everyone starts to question them.
Yeah.
So I think that this is the game for the Bucs.
Over or under 2 more weeks till Antonio Brown blows up that locker room.
1. Not counting this week. So next week.
So you're over.
You're over.
No. All right. So you're
I
counting
said
this
2
week?
weeks. I said 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Count this week.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the over. I think it's gonna take another 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the Buccaneers on this one. I don't know how somebody gets in trouble living at Tom Brady's house, but of course, Antonio Brown continues to surprise us all. The Los Angeles Rams are the biggest frauds, are the biggest pretenders. All that smoke that you had for the Oakland Raiders, I'm surprised you didn't bring that here because their schedule has been
they're the worst team.
Their defense is so overrated, and
Yes.
people big them up as if they're the same fucking team that took them to the Super Bowl. They're not. Jared Goff, everybody wants to pretend that he's like a fucking top 20 quarterback. He's not. Justin Herbert became the quarterback you were supposed to be. Sean McVay wishes he was coaching for the other LA football team. Things just don't work out the way that you plan. I'm taking the Buccaneers in this one. The Rams, biggest fucking frauds. And I think Tom Brady's gonna ball out on that.
And I would say for the Rams, the only 2 stars that they have on their team, like legitimate stars, are Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, right? Everyone outside of that, you put them on any other
Cooper
team,
Kupp's a baller,
they
man.
are very,
Cooper Kupp's a baller.
Hey, don't
Cooper Kupp,
my
yes,
guy,
you are,
Cooper
you are.
Kupp.
Yes,
absolutely.
Cooper Kupp his routes are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Outside of those 3 guys, man, you put any of these players on any other team, they are very below average, I think. Man, they're fucking trash. I hate them. I didn't give them a lot of shit this week because last week I shit on them like bad. Worse than what you just did.
Really?
Yes.
I don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was week 11 Pick'ems brought to you by SideLine Sport. Cows, I appreciate it, man. I know not all of us are on vacation, so the fact that you fit us into your schedule, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you guys fitting me in your schedule on vacation, man. Hope you guys have a good time out there.
Always. Part of the team now, so, we always got to count you in.
Yes, always.
Fellas, this was fun.
It was.
It was a good time.
High fives all around.
I can't wait to turn off the camera and stop.
Can I get a virtual high five? Can I get a virtual one?
Hey, you
get 3 of them.
There we go. I appreciate that, guys.
Guys, be sure to follow us on all of our socials at SideLine Sports Inc. More content, always come pushing everything out, never satisfied. Until next time, we appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.